Hello everyone, I am Dr. Anka Chalevi. The name of my practice is Park Avenue Medical Spa. We are located on Main Street in Armonk, and we have been in this community for almost 20 years. Today, I'd like to discuss some newer treatments that we are introducing into the practice. Please stay until the end of my presentation for a question and answer session. You can ask any questions and use the question tab, and please stay tuned for all the promotions we'll have available with this presentation. Sculptra, or polylactic acid, is one of my favorite filler. I've been injecting it for many years, primarily in face for non-surgical lifting, for volumizing. We have excellent results. We are now introducing it for treatments of other parts of the body, and with polylactic acid we can have great results in treatment of the neck, arms, crepiness on knees, but also for butt augmentation. Polylactic acid, Sculptra, is not a filler, it is a collagen stimulator. So the results usually take about 4 to 6 weeks, and they are gradual, which allows you to have a very smooth, natural result. So, as I mentioned previously, Sculptra works in any area it is injected, as long as the injections are performed in the right plane where fibroblasts are located. It is important to have someone with experience so that you avoid the injection to be done either too superficial or too deep, and also to develop complications. One of the most common complications of Sculptra are these little nodules that you can feel under the skin. However, with the right reconstitution of product, and as I mentioned previously, proper injection plane, you will not develop such complication. The most common type of complications you will see with Sculptra are bruising, maybe some swelling. Usually the puffiness decreases immediately within 24 hours, and then over a period of 4 to 6 weeks you're going to start noticing the improvement caused by generation of volume of collagen, which Sculptra will stimulate. Sculptra for buttocks, it's a great treatment because it's going to give more volume, it's going to reduce the laxity, but also it can reduce cellulite. Usually with Sculptra you can cause a bit of subcisions before injecting, so that's going to correct the depression that cellulite usually, the aspect of cellulite, and then fill in that depression. You will require several sessions, and generally there can be anywhere between 3 to 5 or more vials per each buttock, depending on the amount of volume that you would like to achieve. Again, complications are primarily related to bruising, which is why we recommend that you stay away from non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like aspirin, ibuprofen. Generally, we recommend that you don't use any for at least a week or 10 days prior to the procedure. You can use Tylenol safely. Icing after the treatment and then massaging is going to reduce chance of complications. Sculptra can be combined with Quo as well, which is treatment, a great treatment for cellulite. We have introduced that to you previously. Sculptra, which is also known as the polylactic acid, is FDA approved for facial volumization. However, it has been used off-label with great results in other areas of the body, like the neck, the décolleté, arms, knees, and even for butt enhancement. Sculptra is not a filler, it is a collagen stimulator. The number of vials and sessions depends usually on the amount of volume we want to obtain. Generally, after each session, you are going to notice about a 20 to 30% improvement, and it takes anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks in order for you to see the result from your treatment. It is often necessary to do several treatments in order to achieve the volume that you need. The way we recommend the number of treatments is dependent on decade of age, obviously the amount of volume necessary, the laxity of the skin. One of the newer treatments we are introducing this fall is the PDO threads. Polydioxanone are biodegradable threads which are used to tighten and lift the skin. There are several different types. Some are just used for lifting, while others can be used to lift, to volumize, to reduce the laxity, the crepiness of the skin. Their presence in the skin will also stimulate collagen production. The PDO threads are the most known, and they have been around since the early 1980s. The newer types are the PLA, and that stands for polylactic acid, which is similar to Sculptra, if you're familiar with this filler, and also the PCA, which are the polycaprolactone. The PDO generally lasts for a shorter period of time, usually 9 to 12 months. It's the most that you will get out of this procedure. The PCA, however, the polycaprolactone, lasts up to 2 years. They come in different forms. Some are smooth threads, and they are used primarily for collagen stimulation. Others have cogs or barbs on them, and those are used more for tightening and lifting. This type of threads can be used on your face, but also other parts of the body, like the arms, the neck, or even your thighs, your knees, or if you'd like to get butt lift, butt enhancement, they can be used there as well. In case you are considering a non-surgical thread lift procedure, it is important to come for a consultation so we can determine if you are the right candidate. It is a great procedure. However, it is ideal for those who have only mild to moderate tissue laxity. The procedure can also be combined with fillers in situations where we need more volumizing, and it also can be combined with lasers for additional tightening or to prolong the results of this procedure. So this procedure that you will often find as a non-surgical thread lift lasts approximately 30 minutes. It is not painful. We generally use local anesthesia, and we use blunt injectors, so the chance of bruising is almost non-existent. There's no downtime with this procedure. It is, though, important that you have a good skincare routine, that you continue with other tightening procedure, and sometimes if necessary, we can also add fillers if we are planning to create more volume. The procedure can last up to 2 years, depending on the type of threads that we'll be using. Thank you all for watching. Please use the question tab to ask any questions you may have. At the conclusion of this session, if you respond yes to the text message, our team can help you schedule an appointment. Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for being here with me and watching this presentation. I'm going to start answering some questions. I'm going to read the question first and then answer. And for those who would like to receive this recording, please send us a message or give us a call, and we will be very happy to send it to you. So the first question, how many syringes of Sculptra are needed for a butt lift? It all depends on what we are trying to achieve. It depends on how much volume you would like to have. So the best would be to come in for a consultation, and then we can let you know exactly how many treatments, because if you noticed with Sculptra is a collagen stimulator. So after the injection, it's going to take a few weeks until you actually see the volume that you will achieve from that first treatment. Generally, there are a few treatments, a minimum of 2 or 3, in order for you to get enough volume, and that goes for any area where we would be using Sculptra. The next question, is bruising from Sculptra as bad as the bruising from coal? What is the recovery time? So no, the bruising from Sculptra is not going to be as the bruising from coal. It's a lot less. There can be some bruising, but it's not going to be the same. It usually, obviously, we recommend that you massage and use some ice. It all depends. It can just be a few days. Obviously, if there is more bruising, it will take a bit longer. We do recommend that prior to injections, you don't use any non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, nothing that contains aspirin or ibuprofen. And again, arnica would be recommended, and definitely icing post-treatment. What are the restrictions after getting threads? After getting threads, the most important is not to make extreme facial movements for as long as you can. Obviously, you can smile and eat and do all that, but not exaggerated movements. So the more you can do that, the better the results are going to be. Otherwise, there are really no other restrictions. How long after threading do I have to wait for radio frequency treatments, and how do these help? So radio frequency treatment generally are also treatments that can stimulate collagen and produce more tightening, as well as reduce textural imperfections. So definitely they're going to help with your thread lifting. So you will get the benefit from the lifting, as well as collagen stimulation that the threads will cause themselves, and then you will enhance it by doing radio frequency microneedling like Morpheus or Fractora or Viva. So, and then you will also benefit from improvement in texture. I usually like to wait about a month in between doing threads and then adding and then the radio frequency microneedling. So the first 4 minutes, someone's asking, they were about Sculptra. So, and again, as I mentioned earlier, if you'd like to receive our recording, we'll be more than happy to send it to you. Is Sculptra dangerous? What is the best for jowls? First, Sculptra is actually not at all dangerous. The way a Sculptra or the benefits of it were discovered, it's because the polylactic acid, it's truly suture material. And we know that around suture, there is fibroblastic activity. So this is how Sculptra was introduced to aesthetic medicine. So it is one of the safest treatments that you can have. If there is any additional question, please. Oh, I do have here one more question. Is threading appropriate for neck lifting? Threading can be done. It all depends how much laxity one has, what really the requirements. So I would say that ideally would be to have a consultation and see if you are a good candidate to use thread lifting for threads for neck lifting. Sculptra is also a good treatment to have when there is laxity and crepiness of the skin of the neck. As far as jowls, it all depends exactly how much laxity. So ideally, again, would be to have a consultation. And oftentimes we combine thread lifting with fillers, with Sculptra. So it's all based on individual needs. So anyone that is interested in receiving more information, please text us. Also, there is a special that we have with the seminar, and we'll be more than happy to share this with you. Just please send us a text and we are going to answer back to you. We can help you make a consultation if you'd like to benefit from this promotion. Thank you again for being here with me. Anytime you'd like to chat more about these treatments, I'll be more than happy to answer. Have a wonderful day and have a great weekend.